In literally man bites dog news, a man has allegedly bitten a police dog multiple times during a DUI related arrest. That sounds all kinds of special. So you're being pulled over for being intoxicated. How will we ever prove you were intoxicated? Well, can't help noticing that you tried to take a couple bites out of Fido over here. So that might suggest that, all's not necessarily processing completely correctly in your mind. So there's those subtle clues. So, all right. So guy tries to bite police dog. Let's learn a little bit more about this. A man in Delaware apparently bit police dog when he was being arrested after a traffic stop over the weekend. Yamal Wing, who is 47, who hails from Wilmington, Delaware, stands accused of a myriad of crimes after allegedly toothy interactions with a canine whose name is Mako during the early hours of Sunday. Mako over here has got to be wondering, what the hell is this? So that's interesting. According to the Delaware State Police, a trooper on patrol spotted a speeding Toyota Camry heading southbound on Philadelphia Pike near Rolling Road. The trooper then, doing what one does, signaled the back of the car for the traffic stop. The driver then pulled over into a parking lot. So far, so good. I can't help noticing this car seems to be speeding. Let me pull it over for the speeding. The guy's signaling. Oh, he's pulling over into a parking lot. Okay, things look like we're doing fine over here. After that, police say things didn't go very well. So what started as a very routine interaction with a cooperating person, not so much. Identified Wing as the Camry driver, the press release from the police alleges the defendant got out of his car without being told to do so, and then refused all commands to return to his car. So the police can obviously ask you to leave your car if they want. The Supreme Court has upheld that. But, they obviously don't have to, and they might want you to remain in your car for a whole bunch of reasons. Says please remain in your car, sir. Please get in your car, right? I didn't command you to get out. Why are you getting out of your car? Are you going to start a fight now? Right? Are you going to start a beef? Just, wait in your car, put on your blinkers. If it's nighttime, put on the overhead lights, roll down your window, maybe get out your driver's license, insurance information, registration, depending on your state, so that you have that ready to go and, go from there. At some point, apparently officers attempted to restrain him, and then he allegedly fought back. So the cops get back in the car. No, this escalates into a tussle. The police are trying to regain, and this guy is biting. Wing proceeded to forcibly arrest when troopers and the DS9 were detaining him. He continued to resist and bit the DS9 police officer canine multiple different times. A short time later, the defendant was finally subdued. State troopers allegedly said alcohol was coming from his breath, and they detected signs of impairment. Wow. Amazing. The police think that this guy might be impaired. That's just incredible skills there of observation. All these police officers should be promoted to a detective immediately. At some point during the interaction, the defendant was injured, possibly from the canine, and taken to a nearby hospital. In the booking photo, the defendant can see with an abrasion or cut above his eye. While being treated, apparently he continued to fight. So the officers, being good officers, can't help noticing that he got injured a little bit along the way. So it's okay, we're going to provide you medical care because, that seems like a good thing that we should do. And we took him to the hospital and he's still fighting along. It's going great. At the hospital, he continued to resist and assault a trooper, causing the trooper injury and damaging property. 2 troopers and canine were injured by him and required medical evaluation at an area hospital. Yeah, so, he's fighting the police dog. He's fighting the police. Not going great. The status of those injuries sustained by law enforcement is not presently clear at this time. We have not yet seen any body-worn cameras, which I'm sure are going to be hilarious. The police say that they forwarded the image request to the canine handler to see if any photos of the police dog are available. After being discharged from the hospital, Wing was charged on 2 counts of assaulting a police officer in the second degree, 2 counts of resisting arrest with force or violence, and 1 count of assault on a law enforcement animal in the first degree, driving under the influence of alcohol, resisting arrest, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, failure to have required insurance, speeding, and duty to sign and carry a license. This is apparently his third DUI. Yeah, it's not going great here in Delaware. Apparently, this guy seems to have a bit of a problem with the DUI. So, uh, I think your third DUI probably isn't going to be as clean as your first two, I'd anticipate. Thus, that brings us to the end of the story of Jamel Wing, pictured here in his mugshot, slightly worse for wear after trying to literally bite a dog and apparently getting a little bit of bite action on police dog and also assaulting two other officers during what was his third DUI. So this guy seems to have some potential problems as it relates to anger management, intoxication, all kinds of issues. So going great over there in Biden's home state for the moment. And that, for the moment, brings us to the end of discussion of this case.